Hello children, welcome to NEET World. This is Narayani, I am your foundation biology educator. In this class, we are going to discussing about the very short answer type of questions from the chapter of microorganisms 5 and 4 from CBSE. We already discussed level 1, level 2 and also case based questions, association and reasoning questions. This is the last questionnaire from the chapter of microorganisms 5 and 4 children. So, before going to start the session children, I would like to announce very important news for you. Here we are providing the foundation summer camp course children. The batches are already started and here we are conducting in the span of 15 days. We are in the foundation summer camp is in between the 15 days of summer camp course this is, and the first 10 days we are going to deal with the very core concepts which are related to the examinations of NEET and JEE. So, in that core concepts you will be able to learn the basics from the if you are upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th, what are the basics needed for to understand the topic. We all provide in the span of 15 days of foundation summer camp course. The first 10 days we are going to deal with the very core concepts of the very basic level to higher level. We will explain very in detailed way, and after 10 days, the 2 days we are providing the activity based learning children. After 2 days, in the 13th day we are providing the we are conducting the quiz. Then you can analyze your performance before and after. So, how much you improved you can check through in the quiz competition. So, here it is children, it is we are providing with cash prizes, we are conducting the quiz. So, you will get more boost up to participate in the quizzes. And it is on the 14th day we are conducting the cumulative assessment of all subjects we are dealing with. So, we are dealing mainly the subjects of physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. So, the concepts which are related to the examinations of NEET and JEE we are going to discuss in this span of 15 days. So, that should be we are conducting the 14th day cumulative assessment. Next, after all this, the very important day children, the 15th day is very important because we are providing the career guidance program. If you don't know the path, if you have a goal, if you don't know how to reach about it, you don't know what kind of exams are there. So, in what ways you get the scholarship tests, scholarship. So, we will provide all detailed information in the 15th day children. So, it is very helpful to your career path. So, in this 15th day we are providing one-on-one interaction career guidance program. Then you can able to reach your goal easily. So, then you can know about more information about your interested subjects and all that. So, this is how we plan 15 days of foundation summer camp children. So, it is both offline also and online also, and for this especially the foundation summer camp is for the children of who are studying CBSE and SSC students. So, it is mainly useful for this upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. So, it is both offline and also online. For offline people, you can happily come to your institute name called NEET World, present in Narayani Ma'am, Hyderabad. Those who want to attend through online children, down scrolling number is there no. So, otherwise here the direct numbers are there. So, you can contact with that number, then we will provide you access in our app name called MedWorld. So, you can happily access there our classes. It is very wonderful opportunity children because the first 1 week classes are absolutely free. There is no need to to pay at least 1 rupee in the span of in the span of 10 days. It is very useful to you. I hope you all aware of this news. So, see you all in the classes. So, and also very another important news children, we have joined our telegram group with this number, then you can able to access daily quizzes of the dealing subjects of ours are biology, chemistry, physics and maths, and you can know about the live classes schedules and free resources, what are the type of exams. So, we will inform you one day before, and we will inform and we will guide you, and mainly the mentors will directly contact with you children. So, we will be there is a one-on-one in doubt solving sessions will be there. So, please join this telegram channel and utilize this wonderful opportunity. So, let us start the session children. So, we are dealing the very short answer type of questions. For the very short answer type of questions children, you have to directly write the answers. That is enough to get the marks. So, you should not write a lengthy answer, elaborate answer, no, not required. It is a one word answer is required. So, one word answers which directly sharp the answer which will be required. So, here see, here they are asking name 2 serious diseases caused by virus. They are asking name any 2 serious diseases caused by virus. Is virus dangerous children? Of course, it may be tiny, but it is mighty. It is mighty strongest to affect the human beings, animals and also plants. The recently we are suffered with COVID-19, right children? So it is a dangerous disease. It is a dangerous disease. 1 minute. Okay, let it be. So viruses are smaller than the bacteria, right? As we consider they are living, no, they are borderline between living and also non-living. Why? Inside the host they are exhibiting the characteristics of living, right? And outside the host they are not like absolutely they are not performing anything. So they are not participating in anything, in any living organism, for the reproduction, need to evolve its own species, not happening outside the host. It is mainly happening inside the host, right? So here it is the question, children. So they are asking name 2 serious diseases caused by virus. So let's see here. So what are the type of what are the type of disease we can know right about? So AIDS is a very serious disease, right children? AIDS is a very serious disease, we know about this. And polio virus, and also chickenpox is also very dangerous disease, right? They are asking only 2. So for your to know about good examples, I am giving you these examples. AIDS is a very serious disease, polio is also very serious disease, and chickenpox is also very serious disease, right children? So these are the 3. If they asked only 2, if you remember 2 to 4, it will be very useful for you children. Here it's AIDS, polio virus and chickenpox are the serious disease caused by the virus. They are smaller than the bacteria. They are tiny or microorganisms than the bacteria. We are thinking bacteria is the smallest one. Then the bacteria virus is the so smallest. It is very tiny, but it is mighty. It is mighty destroyer of all living beings. It will cause major death. Up to the death, the virus can capable to lead the host to. They act as a parasitic mode of nutrition. They they depends on the fully on the host for their for the food and also for evolve its to extend its species. To evolve its own kind of species to and for everything they are depending on the host. That is why viruses are very tiny organisms also. They are mighty causing serious diseases, right? Here is the next question. Let's see here. Okay, name 2 diseases caused by protozoans. They are asking about the protozoans which are causing very serious disease. So here you know all that malaria is one of the dangerous disease caused by the mosquito, right? Is the mosquito is the reason for the malaria? No, mosquito acts as a carrier to transmit the plasmodium to the unhealthy person to the healthy person. So which mosquito children? It is an Anopheles mosquito. Anopheles mosquito is a vector. Vector means what children? Carrier, which carries the plasmodium bacterium, plasmodium protozoa inside of it, and it transmitted to the healthy person. This is how the malaria is transmitting to the unhealthy person to the healthy person. Mainly female Anopheles mosquito is acts as a carrier for it. Pregnant female Anopheles mosquito is acts as a carrier because for the reproduction for its blood is required. When it is transmitting, when it is sucking the blood from the unhealthy person, it transmitted to the healthy person. Right children? So malaria is one of the diseases. They are asking 2 diseases, right? So 1 minute children. 1 minute. Okay. So here is the malaria is one of the disease, and also malaria, and also giardiasis, and also amoebiasis, dysentery. These are all caused by the protozoans. They are having the diarrhea as their main symptoms. So if they asked name 2 disease caused by protozoans, you can write the malaria, dysentery, amoebiasis. So let's always remember children, if they ask 2 examples, you have to remember 2 to 4 examples. Then you can easily write, and at the time of examinations you can directly answer the at least you remember. If you forgot also, you can remember 2 examples of the diseases, right? So coming to the next question. See, Moving to the next question. See here children, name any 3 protozoans. They are asking the examples of protozoans. Is the protozoans are they having the cell wall children? No, protozoans does not have the cell wall. You also considered protozoans as the first eukaryotic animals, right? Is there any relationship between the protozoans and animals? Of course. What it is children? Animals also doesn't have cell wall. Is animals have cell wall children? Animals doesn't have cell wall, and also protozoans also doesn't have cell wall. There is no cell wall present in the animals and also protozoans. Cell wall is not there, right children? So here is come. So let's see the examples. They are asking about the examples. So what is the examples of this protozoans children? 1 minute. Okay. They are asking name 3 protozoans examples. Here is the example sir. We all know that amoeba is the example. And also paramecium is an example. And euglena is also example. These are the 3 examples. Which among 3 they asked which shows the mixed trophic nutrition? So it is euglena. Euglena shows the mixed trophic nutrition. When it is light is there, it performs the photosynthesis. In the absence of light, they exhibit the parasitic mode of nutrition. So if they ask the which among the examples showing the mixed trophic nutrition is, euglena is the one. So it is the euglena. Euglena shows the mixed trophic nutrition. Right children? So this is about the 3rd question. Let's see the 4th question children. Name any 2 fungi. They are asking the examples of fungi here. So let's see children, what is the examples of fungi? Fungi having the, if they ask about the unicellular fungi, what is the answer children? If they ask the unicellular, mostly algae are unicellular or multicellular. Of course we all know that most of the fungi are multicellular organisms, right? Most of the fungi are multicellular organisms. They have multicellular organisms. Mostly they are multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms examples of what are they children? The examples of unicellular organisms of fungi are yeast. Yeast is a very good example of unicellular fungi. So the multicellular fungi examples: Rhizophus, Penicillium, right, and also Aspergillus, Agaricus. These are the examples of multicellular fungi. And if they ask specifically unicellular fungi, the example is yeast is the unicellular fungi. If they ask multicellular fungi means the Rhizopus, Penicillium, Aspergillus, Agaricus, these are all the examples of multicellular fungi. They asked any specified any unicellular fungi or multicellular fungi? No. They asked any 2 examples of fungi they asked. Right? You can write the yeast and also Rhizophus, Penicillium, Aspergillus, Agaricus. Right children? So there are mushroom comes under the group of, Agaricus is nothing but the mushroom. They are come under the group of fungi. So all the multicellular or unicellular of fungi, they are made up of long slender filaments like they are hyphae. They are tangled together to form the mycelium. Right children? So the structure is same. Right? They mostly evolve with the most that certain period of time they can we can see more fungi is in the season of rainy season, right? So here it is the suitable season for the fungi is mostly rainy season. So if in the food in the bread, when you are left it the whole night, what we'll see the cloth appearance like white cloth spongy appearance like structure in the bread. So that is nothing but what children? That is nothing but fungi, right? So the wet conditions, rainy seasons are more favorable condition to grow the fungi. They are asking any 2 examples. Let's see, you can write the Rhizophus. They are asking two examples. You can write yeast, rhizophus, agaricus, aspergillus. Remember 2 to 4, you can write at least 2 examples in the examination, right children? So this is what about the fourth question. Let's see the fifth question, children. It's quite easy because you can write the directly answers. They are asking about the examples, they are asking about the examples of bacteria, or else the examples of fungi, or examples of protozoa, or examples of algae, right children, or examples of virus. And then after the, if they asked after the examples, they may ask about the diseases. What type of disease caused by viruses? What type of disease caused by the protozoans? Name any two. If you at least first read about the examples, children, make a table at least. So first make a table. First read about the examples. So write according to the microorganism its examples. Write bacteria and examples of 2 of it, and fungi, write examples of 2 of it, and bacteria, fungi, and also after protozoans, after algae, next virus. Write 2 examples of each of every box. Next, make it in the third column of the box, like see here. Exactly, prepare a small chart like this. 1 minute. Okay, let's see here, children. Make a table like this. So write the microorganism name here, name of the microorganism, and examples of the microorganism. Next, disease caused by the microorganism. Disease caused by the microorganism. Then you can write they having a cell wall. They having a cell wall. It's present, absent, you can write about like this. You can, easily you can remember by this making a chart of the tables and columns. So if you just paste it in the after the notebook of yours and just skim that while going to the examination, you can easily remember these examples, children. So it is very quite easy process. Do this at your home. So if you have anyone did this, let me show in the Telegram group. Okay. Which groups of microbes consist of only unicellular organisms? They are asking only unicellular organisms can see mostly in. There we can see the bacteria and fungi. Bacteria and protozoans. Bacteria and protozoans mostly consist of microbes. Microbes consist of only unicellular organisms. They are unicellular organisms. They are unicellular organisms. Mostly bacteria and protozoans are microbes consist of unicellular organisms. Right children? It's a direct question. Unicellular organisms mostly the bacteria and protozoans. Fungi is only one unicellular organism. What is it children? It is yeast. Mostly our fungi are multicellular organisms. Right children? Coming to the sixth question. See here you are asking the name the groups in which multicellular microbes are present. We all know that mostly fungi exhibits the multicellular microorganisms. Mostly fungi. Right? So mostly fungi and also algae. Mostly fungi and also algae. Shows multicellular microorganisms. They exhibit multicellular microorganisms. Which type of nutrition is present in the fungi children? They mostly exhibit the parasitic mode of nutrition. Algae mostly exhibit the autotrophic nutrition, which means they can able to prepare their own food because the algae having the chlorophyll in it. So by having the chlorophyll they can prepare their own food, right children? Is the fungi can prepare their own food? No, because the chlorophyll not present in the fungi, but because that is why they mostly acts on parasitic mode of nutrition or saprophytic nutrition. They act they exhibit food on they exhibit parasitic mode. on the dead plants, dead animals. Along with the bacteria, it is also exhibits the saprophytic nutrition, right? Saprophytic nutrition. What is meant by saprophytic nutrition? Nothing but they break down the complex organic molecules into simple organic molecules by the exhibiting saprophytic nutrition. They act on the decomposing, though they act on the decomposing children. So fungi will, along with the bacteria, they exhibit the saprophytic nutrition, right? So this is the 6th question. Coming to the 7th question. See here, they are asking which bacteria is responsible for the curdling of milk. They are asking which bacteria is responsible for curdling of milk. So in what is that, children? Lactobacillus bacteria. It is a good bacteria, which is a beneficial bacteria. What is, children? Lactobacillus bacteria is responsible for the curdling of milk. In milk, in the bowl of curd, they are having the vitamin B12 and also calcium. By taking everyday, children, the curd along with the milk products, you can get the bone strength. By bone strength, if you have the very good bone strength, you can able to produce, you can have the good immunity, because the red blood cells are, the white blood cells are more produced in the bone marrow, right, children? So by having the bone density, you can get by having the bone strength, bone density, you can get the immunity power more, right, children? And also by having the further bone strength, you require vitamin D also. Where it is available, children? Vitamin D from the sunlight, which means by walking in the sunlight we will not get the vitamin D. Actually, what it will do, it converts our cholesterol in our body into the vitamin D, right, children? So here, that is why we have to take the milk products every day. So there will be, we increase the bone strength and vitamin B12. What is the significance of vitamin B12, children? Because it nourishes the gut. It nourishes the gut. And it is not allowed to grow the ulcers, mouth ulcers, stomach ulcers. It will get rid of all these ulcers. That is why the curd is you have to take every day. You have to take every day. It should be in our part of our diet, right? So which bacteria is responsible for the asking curdling of milk? Which bacteria, children? Lactobacillus bacteria. Because the lactose is present in the milk with the curd. Because of that, this bacteria, the curdling of milk is happening. So that is why if they ask which bacteria is responsible for the curdling of milk, you can write the lactobacillus bacteria, right? So the 7th question. Coming to the 8th question, children. Let's see the 8th question. Here they are asking name a bacteria which is used to produce alcohol. They are asking the bacteria name. So they are asking the bacteria name. Which bacteria? They are asking bacteria, children, not about the fungi. So here is asking the which bacteria is responsible to produce alcohol. So here is the answer is Clostridium. So Clostridium acetobutylicum. Clostridium acetobutylicum. This is it exhibits aerobic children, aerobic process. Then it is converted into the alcohol. So fermentation, it is also process of fermentation occurs through by the bacteria, mainly the aerobic bacteria. So that bacteria name is Clostridium acetobutylicum. It is the bacteria which is used to produce alcohol. Children, alcohol. So here is the answer is Clostridium acetobutylicum is a bacteria, not fungi, children. It is a bacteria which is helps in the production of alcohol. So here it is the Clostridium acetobutylicum, right? So this is about the 8th question. Just you have to write the exact accurate answer for the one very short answer type of questions is required, children. So if you have directly answered the right directly you write the answer means it is enough. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. Let's see what do you mean by fermentation. They are asking the fermentation process. What is mean by fermentation, children? Fermentation is a biological process. Fermentation is a biological process which used to convert sugar into alcohol and produce carbon dioxide because of this fermentation process, children, the it is mainly used by the mainly yeast is a bacteria, sorry, yeast is a fungi, which is mainly used in the bakeries. So thereby that is why the fluffy of the the dough of the bread, cake, mainly the fluffiness comes due to this fermentation process, children. By this fermentation process only the the dough of the bread are more so softy, and also it produces alcohol. While producing the you can have it out like that, while producing this by the fluffiness of the bread they can produce alcohol also. So but like ethanol, so it will be by the baking process the alcohol will be evaporates. That is why there is no content of the alcohol in the bread. So because it is evaporating while baking. By the fermentation process, the more release of the carbon dioxide makes the fluffiness of the bread. So here it is it is a anaerobic process because it occurs in the absence of children oxygen. It occurs in the absence of oxygen. It is considered as an anaerobic process. Anaerobic process, children. Okay, what is the aerobic process? The process which occurs in the presence of oxygen, we call it as aerobic process. The process which occurs in the absence of oxygen, we call it as anaerobic process. Right, children? So here it is the example of it. Right? Let's 1 minute, children. Okay. Coming to the next question. Here is the question of this. The answer of this question, children. Fermentation is a biological process which is used to convert sugar into alcohol and carbon dioxide. Mainly the microorganisms which act is yeast and also bacteria also. Bacteria used to produce the alcohol like Clostridium vegetabutylicum. Before question we discussed that, and also yeast is occurs in the absence of oxygen. That is why it is considered as an anaerobic process. That is why the bread and cakes are so fluffy because of we are using the yeast in it. Right? So coming to the next question. Here it is the next question, children. So see, who discovered the process of fermentation? They are asking who discovered the process of fermentation. Who discovered, children? Louis Pasteur. Who discovered, children? Louis Pasteur is a scientist. Discovered the fermentation process. Louis Pasteur is a scientist. Who discovered the process of fermentation is Louis Pasteur in 1856. If you mention the year means it is more appropriate, no, children. That is why we are mentioning the year. So Louis Pasteur is a scientist, discovered the process of fermentation. Then he discovered that with fruit juices we can produce wine. By sprouting, so by barley we can produce malt and also beer. And rice malts we can produce the rice wine also. So here the process is discovered first by the Louis Pasteur in 1856. Okay, children. Coming to the next question. Here they are asking name any two free living bacteria. So these type of questions are very important, children. Not only for this, but also, children, in recently appeared NEET examination also they asked about the such question. Like they asked which which among the organisms cannot fix nitrogen. They are asking given all the examples of the nitrogen fixing bacteria, and they given one of the option as Volvex is a green algae. So we have to if you have it is a very much benefit, children, by learning the foundation along with your studies, because foundation creates the basics. For you don't know about the subject, you will just blindly read it out for the what you read. but you don't know the basic. If you have knowledge about the basic, you can easily crack such type of questions which directly appear in the NEET 2025 recently. You can check it also, or you can check it out also. It is a 113 question they given this. So here if you know about the foundations, basic level of understanding is there. By you will get through by understanding only. We will provide that information to you from we created the what is, from where it is happening, why it is happening, and everything we will explain in a very detailed way. That is why it is very important to join the foundation course, children. So here see they are asking name 2 free living bacteria. They are asking the examples of free living bacteria. So what are the examples of free living bacteria, children? Estobacter, Clostridium, Biginkia. These are some of the examples of the free living bacteria. What they mainly useful in the fixation of, they mainly acts in the fixation of, children, nitrogen, and also Pseudomonas. These are all examples of free living bacteria, children. Bacillus subtilis, these are all the examples of the free living bacteria. These are all the examples of, children, free living bacteria. It is very quite easy, children. So remember at least 2 to 3 examples you can remember, you can directly write in the examination, children. Estobacter, Clostridium, Biginkia, Pseudomonas, Bacillus subtilis, they all are free living bacteria. They all are free living bacteria. Right, children? So coming to the next one. Here is the question they asked, who discovered the first antibiotic? So they asked who discovered the first antibiotic, children. It's a quite funny story about the Alexander Fleming. So he is the first person discovered the penicillium antibiotic, children. So he was seriously doing the experiment by to what we call to invent the antibiotic, which means which prevent the disease, right, polio. So what he did, children, so he doing experiments doing, so he felt very exhausted and went away one day. So later while he come back to again to the place of he is doing the experiment, so he found that around the he was doing the experiment with Streptococcus bacteria, and around it one microorganisms found that is only detecting the bacteria. So he found that is a fungi named penicillium. So there this is how it is a accidental invention of the penicillium. So this is how he made to discard the penicillin antibiotic, children. It is quite not known experiment, children, because suddenly he found that he know about the penicillium notatum is a fungi which is preventing the Staphylococcus bacteria, right? His name is Alexander Fleming. Alexander Fleming is a scientist who discovered the first antibiotic. First antibiotic named penicillin. By the fungi name called Penicillium notatum, right? This is about the 12th question. Coming to the next question. See how they are asking name any two symbiotic bacteria. What is meant by symbiotic? Symbiotic means mutual benefit. If you will get benefit, that I will also get benefit. By participating by participating you will also get benefit, I will also get benefit. That relation we call it as the symbiotic association. If you have 2 pens, I have 2 scales. I give 1, you will give 1. It is two are benefiting by the exchanging of 1, right? So here that we call it as the symbiotic association. So you are asking name any 2 symbiotic association bacteria while studying from the crop production management, children. This is very important topic. So because the soil require more amount of nitrogen, is animals, plants are having that mechanism to convert the nitrogen directly. We have that machinery in our bodies. No, because we don't have that machinery in our process. So that is why bacteria which can convert atmospheric nitrogen into utilizable forms. the leguminous plants having the ball-like structures, we call it as, ball-like structures. That presence of what, which children? That having the presence of rhizobium in it. That rhizobium acts, which helps in the, converting the atmospheric nitrogen into utilizable form, nitrates. There how the plants are, plants are intaking of the nitrogen, and it is involved in the DNA preparation, and also preparation of, and also production of amino acids, all are occurring because of the, this symbiotic association, right? So here they are asking name any two symbiotic bacteria. What is the examples of symbiotic bacteria, children? So rhizobium is the, we studied mainly rhizobium, right? Rhizobium is a bacteria which is present in the root nodules of the plants, of leguminous plants, and they are, they are involved in the conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into nitrates. By the nitrates, the plants are observing the nitrogen, right? And it is assimilation is done. Those inorganic compounds as assimilating in the bodies of the as a living component as organic compound. So mainly nitrogen is helps in the preparation of, DNA, RNA, proteins, amino acids, right? So by the plants are eaten by the herbivores, plant eaters. Then the herbivores are eaten by the carnivores, and we are also consuming the plants. Mainly the rice needs more nitrogen. The rice needs more nitrogen. Rice and wheat needs, those plants needs the staple foods of wheat and rice needs more amount of nitrogen. Their weight is by absorbing nitrogen. So it is directly by consuming by the human beings, right? This is how also we are getting the by the leguminous plants like pea plants, groundnuts. There also much amount of nitrogen will be there. So this is how we are getting the nitrogen from the plants. So they are utilizing by the preparation of DNA, RNA and all that. So it is the asking name two symbiotic bacteria they asked. So it is the examples are rhizobium, frankia, spirulina, spirillum, lipoferium. These are the examples of children symbiotic bacteria. These are the examples of symbiotic bacteria, right? So coming to the next question. Here they are asking give one important use of algae. Children, about algae you have to know about at most 90% of the carbon dioxide fixation is happening by the algae, because that much amount of fixation, that much amount of and also more abundantly producing oxygen by the algae only. It is also one of the important is production of oxygen, and also mainly the tribal people mainly use it is also used as a enteromorpha, and also vulva they are using as a consumable product by the eating purpose. They are using for the as a eating purpose. So vulva and enteromorpha are also they are using as a eating purpose. So they are having the two important uses, right? One, it is edible, and also most of the oxygen carbon dioxide fixation is occurs by the algae only. Almost 90%. Almost 90% of the carbon dioxide fixation is happening by the algae only, and also it is used as edible product by vulva and enteromorpha. Some tribal people they are using it is as a eating by as in the staple food, right children? So here it is the one important use they are asking. I given the two important uses. So here it is the about the algae, right? Coming to the next question. So you see here it is the last question, children. Let's see what is it. So here is they are asking define denitrification. They are asking denitrification. So it is come under the topic of nitrogen fixation. See here children, let's fastly recall the nitrogen fixation. So this is the atmospheric nitrogen. So we don't have that mechanism. Animals also doesn't have that mechanism to incorporate directly from the atmosphere only we can incorporate nitrogen. About almost 70% nitrogen in the atmosphere, 70% nitrogen is present in the atmosphere, but still it is stable. How it is stable? Because again the nitrogen is getting back into the atmosphere. How? So see here. So here is the nitrogen, children, that we don't have that mechanism, but the plants do have that mechanism. And also the lightning atmospheric fixation and the biological fixation both happens, right? We studied in the when you are discussing the nitrogen cycle, right? So here is the nitrogen fixation is happening by the lightning atmospheric nitrogen fixation also, and also biological nitrogen fixation also. Here is the leguminous plants like pea plant, groundnut plant, they are fixing the nitrogen, and the soil also need primary nutrients. What are the primary nutrients of soil, children? NPK. What are they? Nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium, right? So they require more amount of nitrogen, especially the staple foods like rice and wheat, they require more amount of nitrogen. So here the nitrogen present in the soil, how much the plant require, it is utilizes, and the it is get back into the gets into the soil only. The more amount, the excess amount will be transmitted to the soil only. So it is in the form of nitrates. The nitrogen is in the form of nitrates. So when the soil is rich in nitrates, when we are cultivating the crops like wheat and rice, the more they will get more amount yield. The yield will be, production of the crops will be increased because the primary nutrient nitrogen is available there, right? By fixing like that, after the accumulation of happening inside their bodies, they are mostly incorporate assimilates, the nitrogen assimilates and helps in the preparation of amino acids, proteins and all that. After that, when the dead plants, animals, they are convert the nitrates into the ammonia. Then after that ammonia again get back into the nitrates or nitrites. These are the nitrates, children. So these are the nitrates. These are the nitrates. So here these are the nitrates. Mostly they get back to the nitrates and also nitrates. Then these nitrates again get back into the atmosphere in the form of nitrogen only, right? Who are doing that? That process will by again converted back into the atmosphere by the denitrification bacteria, by the process we call as denitrification. And the examples, the bacteria which helps in the get back into the atmosphere nitrogen by through nitrates into nitrogen, those we call it as the denitrificants. Those bacteria we call it as a denitrificants. Those bacteria we call it as, children, denitrificants. Here see these nitrates again they get back to nitrates and nitrites. Those are get back into the atmosphere by through the denitrifying bacteria. What are they? They are Pseudomonas denitrificants and also Bacillus denitrificants, right? Theobacillus Pseudomonas, Theobacillus, Micrococcus. Pseudomonas denitrificants, Micrococcus denitrificants and also Bacillus, Theobacillus denitrificants. With the help of that bacteria, these nitrates is getting converted into the nitrogen, getting back into the atmosphere. After the when it is during the nitrification process, how much amount of the nitrates are required to the soil, that will be fulfilled by, that will be taken by the soil. The excess amount of nitrates are getting back into the atmosphere. Here they ask, children, define denitrification. So denitrification is a process. Denitrification is a process. Denitrification is a process, conversion of nitrates and also nitrites with the help of bacteria called, again, conversion of nitrates and nitrites back to the atmosphere back to the atmosphere as nitrogen with the help of the bacteria called they are Pseudomonas, Micrococcus and Theobacillus. One minute, children. Micrococcus and also Theobacillus. Okay. So these bacteria are also called as denitrificants because they are converting the nitrates into the nitrogen, right? It is again getting back into the atmosphere. This is how the stable amount of nitrogen is present in the atmosphere, children. So this is, if they ask that define the denitrification, you can directly answer like this, children. Denitrification is a process of conversion of nitrates, and nitrates get back into the atmosphere as nitrogen with the help of the bacteria named Pseudomonas, Micrococcus and Theobacillus, and those bacteria we also called as denitrificants. Right, children? This is about the denitrification. This is the end of the 15th question, children. This is how we deal the overall very short answer type of questions of all of 15 questions. So these are quite easy. You can directly answer. You can directly write the answer, children. So always remember, for very short answers, they require the appropriate, accurate answer for it. It is a one line. These are, you have to write the particular for question. You have to write the direct, accurate, precise content, children. That is required for the 1 mark very short answer type of questions. There is quite easy. Make it chart and show me in the Telegram group. I will suggest, so if there are any mistakes of you, right? So here, see, children, before I am winding up the class, I would like to tell you very important news. Here we are NEET World, we are conducting the foundation summer camp course, children, on the period of 15 days. In the span of 15 days, we are going to cover the first 10 days. We are going to cover the at most very basic level of understanding of the examinations of NEET and JEE. Basic concepts we will explain. After 10 days, we are providing the activity based learning. So by the activity based learning, you can know how it is happening and why it is happening, and all that your questions will be clear out in the activities based learning, children. After 12 days, in 13th day, we are conducting the quiz. So you can analyze your performance before and after, and it will create more boost up. It will increases your confidence levels, right? After 14th day, we are keeping the cumulative assessments of all subjects we are dealing with it. So mainly we are dealing the subjects of physics, chemistry, biology and mathematics. These are the main subjects we are dealing in the foundation summer camp, children. And the one day we are, after the 14 days, we are providing the career guidance program. So in the career guidance program, we are providing one-on-one interaction sessions will be there. If you have a dream, you don't know how to achieve it, you don't know what path of you kind of to choose, and you don't know where the path will be, so which direction you have to go. So we will explain in a very clear way, and also we provide what kind of different examinations are there to write to get the scholarships and all that. So in the 15th day is very useful for your career, children, and it is for mainly the students of upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th and 10th. It is very useful for them. So upcoming of 6th, 7th, 8th and 10th, this foundation summer camp is absolutely very useful, children. It is both offline also and online also. For both CBSE and SSC students, if you want to come through offline, you can happily come to our institute name called NEET World, present in Narayani Ma'am, Hyderabad. And those who want to join through online, children, they can happily come to your you can down scrolling number is there, no, children. So contact with that number. Otherwise, here is the direct numbers are there. Please contact with that number. Then we will provide you access in our classes in the our app name called MedWorld children. This is what about our foundation summer camp. I hope you all see in the classes. And very important is, in the first 1 week class are absolutely free. There is no need to to pay at least 1 rupee in the span of 1 week. It is very useful for you. I hope you all clear out of this information children. So let's see all in the classes. Thank you.